In my time observing the people of Dex Island, I have learned much about the extremities of human emotion, from complete detachment to absolute love and devotion. The Dex children are especially compelling. Their upbringing has been very different compared to the experiences of others recorded in the seed data, but in many ways their behaviour is no different. They are teenagers, and teenagers everywhere, it seems, long for similar things. First and foremost, they seek freedom from the constraints enforced upon them by their parents or guardians. It is therefore unsurprising that on this night, ahead of departure for battle on the Blood Road, they sought to push their stringent boundaries. The town of Southport lies beyond the palace grounds and is home to many of the Dex Administrative staff. The nightlife is limited, but more than enough for a group of teens in search of distraction.
Afraid of You, the 6th Dex Legacy Interlude, starring Kamara Elliott, Kelsey Griffin, Charlie Richards, Danielle Ellett, John Baverton, Chris Gregory, and Emily Inkpen, with music by Dr. Adam Stroud and Chris Gregory.
It's going to be a slow night. Might call it early.
Yeah? Well, that'll be nice. Oh, wait. Hold that thought.
Is that who I think it is?
Gods. It's the Dex kids.
And a whole bunch of friends.
Let them in. I'll tell the manager and make sure there's a place ready for them.
How long until someone comes to get them? You remember last time? A bunch of higher-ups elbowed their way in to break it up.
As long as it's enough time to make some serious money, the boss won't mind that. Right, this way? Yeah, no problem. You're all very welcome.
Isra, how long do we have to be here before we can slip away?
A while yet, Ren. You're eager.
Yes. Well, why did you have to wear that?
I like it. Don't you think it's cute?
Cute isn't the word I'd use, and neither would anyone else in here.
Well, no one comes near me, so you don't have to worry about that.
Good.
Ren, come and dance.
What?
Come on, it's not like she's going to die if you leave her or anything.
What?
Oh, gods, yeah, my bad. Sorry, Iz, glad you're feeling better and all that.
Why?
Well, blunt. You're finally learning from me. Now come on, Ren. Leave her alone for 5 minutes and come dance.
Go. Ren, we have to keep a low profile.
You do not owe me one.
Hello, little sister. You're getting through that drink quite quickly. Be careful. You know what that stuff does to us. We're not like other people is.
Variant, did you come over here to give me a brotherly lecture?
Would you listen if I did?
When have I ever?
I always live in hope. Ezra, you need to stop glaring at that girl. People will notice.
No one ever comes near me when we go out. You've got Shiv all over you. Varys won't leave Ren alone, but no one ever tries anything with me.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Why? I'm not that horrible, am I?
To look at? No. But everyone on base is terrified of you. And the rest of the idiots here know you're the president's adopted daughter. Honestly, if you didn't have Ren, your options would be nil.
So you're happy I've got Ren?
I didn't say that.
But you are saying I could walk in here, naked, and no one would do anything.
Yup. In fact, that would probably be worse. They'd see all of your war scars and wounds. There's nothing more intimidating than that. Of course, you'd never get that far. Tristan had had a herd of agents swoop in before you even left home.
Wait, why aren't people terrified of you and Ren?
That's where...
Why?
I don't know, you're just different.
Well, that's not helpful.
No, I do get that, but it's all I've got.
Sometimes I hate being so awesome.
Alright, I'll say it. Sometimes I'm grateful for it.
Ah.
It's still weird. He's my brother. You're my sister, and I know we're adopted and we're not really related, but it's still weird. Having said that, you've got each other. And I know we won't miss you around, so there's that.
Yeah, you say that.
Oh, come on, they're just dancing. Although she is trying really hard.
If he and I weren't, do you think he'd go for it?
With Faris? Yeah, probably. Why not? She's hot.
Yeah, she is. That doesn't make me feel better. I can't watch this. Let's go. I can dance with Raya at least.
On that note, of all the people here, Raya probably would try something with you.
Really?
I've heard rumors.
Huh.
You sound happy.
I am.
Don't say anything. Don't use her to get back at Ren. She's family.
Now you're being a big brother. No, Varian, I won't be mean to Raya. It's just nice to know someone would be interested. That's all.
You just heard They're Afraid of You, Interlude 6 of the Dex Legacy, starring Kamara Elliott as Varian, Kelsey Griffin as Isra, Charlie Richards as Ren, Danielle Ellett as Faris, John Baverton as Bouncer 1, Chris Gregory as Bouncer 2, and Emily Inkpen as Auto, with music by Dr. Alan Stroud and Chris Gregory. The Dex Legacy is written by me, Emily Inkpen, and produced by Alternative Stories. If you enjoyed that interlude, please subscribe to the show, like, and if you have a minute, comment. These are the small things you can do to make us more visible to future listeners. If you would like to donate to the Dex Legacy, you can at ko-fi.com/the Dex Legacy audio drama. That's ko-fi.com. Links can be found at www.thedexlegacy.com. At thedexlegacy.com, you will also find scripts for every episode and interlude, so if you like to read while you listen, you can. There's a page dedicated to the cast and a whole load of bonus materials, including maps, the soundtrack, a gallery of character portraits, and more. You can also join the Dex Legacy on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Reddit for general chats, news, and updates. As always, we would like to give a huge shout out to those of you who have enjoyed our episodes, left comments and reviews, and subscribed to the show. Thank you so much for listening. If you're interested in hearing more from me and Chris Gregory of Alternative Stories, you can hear us being interviewed in the first episode of Podcast. The first episode of is a great show for fans of audio drama, so be sure to check it out. Links can be found in the show notes for this episode.
Hello, and welcome to the first episode of a podcast about audio drama and the creative process. I'm W. Keith Timms, writer and podcaster, creator of the Book of Constellations. In this show, I listen to the first episode of an audio drama, then have a discussion with the creators about the show, their methods, struggles, and successes. Today, we're discussing the first episode of The Dex Legacy. Okay, so you met and you talked about doing an audio drama. What happened next?
we kind of had this idea to make a one-off episode, really, which went out on Alternative Stories.
Yeah, because you got in touch with me and you said, could you write an episode or would you be interested? And then you wanted me to write something that was in my book, my debut novel. And I was thinking, I'm not sure I want to do that because if it gets picked up by a publisher, they might edit things. So I went for writing a prequel episode, which is set 11 years before book one begins. And it sort of takes people through a significant event in the history of those books. So that's where episode one kind of comes from a sort of writing point of view.
Right. So the Dex Legacy audio drama is really a prequel to your novel.
Yes.
Which is an interesting way to approach it. I was wondering why you decided you wanted to do audio drama here, but it does sound like it kind of happened organically. Had you done audio drama before?
No, not at all. But being a huge fan of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, as we've already touched on, and having listened to other audio drama, I knew exactly what Chris was on about, and I had to kind of jump at the chance. I thought, well, this is going to be brilliant fun, and it still is.
Chris, I understand you wanted her to bring something from her novel onto the show. Is that right?
Yes, I mean, that was my initial point of contact, I guess, because I knew that Emily had written, I think it was one novel at the time, maybe two. And so I just thought, well, I'd quite like a bit of that on the Alternative Stories and Fake Realities podcast. The thing about audio drama is science fiction works so well in audio drama in ways that, you know, on a small budget, you can't really make a very convincing science fiction screenplay or you know, short film or whatever. So It works really well in audio drama. I just wanted to do some science fiction. I mean, I've done bits and pieces of sci-fi one-off dramas with Alternative Stories, but I could see with Emily's work that there was a lot more to it, and I really liked that. When I saw the script that she submitted, I got very excited indeed and just immediately started in my head casting it and planning the sound effects for it.
Emily, can you tell me a little bit about what this story means to you?
The books that came first are based on characters that I sort of started imagining when I was like 15 years old. So these characters have been with me for a very long time. And as a result, all of them are incredibly dear to me. And I think that was one of the things that gave Chris the sense that there was much more to this, because when we got the actors involved, I did little intro videos for all of their characters where I told them all about the characters, all about the history, all about everything, because they meant so much to me. This wasn't just a one-off episode of something. It was an introductory episode to a whole world that I was building and that I'd worked on and that I knew so well. I know it. It's real to me. It's incredibly important to me. It's fundamental to me, but I mean, it's grimdark sci-fi. So unlike The Hitchhiker's Guide, which is obviously it's comedy on a grand scale, this is not comedy. It has very dark humor, like all self-respecting grimdark does. But nobody's inherently good. Nobody's inherently bad. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. Some people in this series are very definitely bad people. But they're bad. They're bad. Yeah, Chris's character is probably like the biggest. But they're bad people with vision. Okay, we can give them that. They have vision.